Hey beautiful, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day out there. So for today's video, we are going to do a simple everyday makeup look. So it's not gonna be glam, it's just gonna be easy, simple, but still a little bit more extra. So it's not gonna be just mascara and blush, it's gonna be a little bit more, but it's gonna take no time at all, and I bet you're gonna love it. So I'm not gonna blabber on anymore. So without further ado, let's get started. So for my everyday makeup look, I like to actually go really light on my skin. I will always, no matter what, day and night, 24/7 a day, 365 days a year, I will always use a sunscreen. So this is my favorite sunscreen out there. It's the PAULA'S CHOICE Glow Moisturizer in SPF 30. I really like this because it is quite light on the skin. It doesn't clog up my pores. It works really, really well with my skin. I've also used the Darphin one, which is also a very, very, very good sunscreen. It's a little bit lighter than the PAULA'S CHOICE one. Unfortunately, I don't have it on hand right now because I left it back in Sweden, but this is a very good skin protector, and it also have this luminizing effect on your skin, which I absolutely love. And then I also like to apply some sort of a lip balm on my lip before I start applying my makeup, just because I really want my lips to be moisturized before I actually apply anything, because I just feel like when you wake up in the morning, your lips are always super dry because it just feels like all the water has been sucked out of you, and you're like, ugh. The one I used just now is the Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream. So it has a SPF 15, which is also very good for your lips. Because let's remind you, the lips are the first thing to go. They become crinkly like. So like I said, for everyday use, I won't go in with a foundation because I just feel like a foundation for me is too heavy. So what I will normally use is either a tinted, like a bronzing drops combined with my moisturizer, or I will just be using a concealer, or maybe even a CC cream. So just like to have something light, something that doesn't make my pores scream for air. It's like, oh, help me, I need air. Like the best kind of base for my skin to be able to breathe and to be able to just absorb all the good nutrients that actually a lot of these products come with. So for today's look, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna be using my CC cream from ERBORIAN, which this has been my favorite for years, and I just think it's absolutely the best. What I love about this is the fact that this will react with your skin and just make the color for your skin tone, which is absolutely great. I don't know how the chemistry behind these kinds of products work, but I just know that I absolutely love them, and that I think they are the best choice for your skin if you don't want something heavy. So this one has given me some really nice tint. So for my next step, I like to go in and I like to do my brows before I apply my eyes and my full face. So I'm just gonna go in with my Benefit my brow pencil, which is my favorite. It just gives me a light, really natural coverage. And then I like to actually shape my brows using the same base that I'm gonna use for my eyebrows, which will be my concealer. And you wanna be gentle with the concealer because this is an everyday look, which means that you just want really, really fluffy, fresh brows. So I will just go in with the lightest hand stroke, and I will just be using it underneath my brows, and I'm using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the color medium 20. And because we want to be effective, we want to use this as our eyeshadow base as well. We're not going to do anything too complicated, but we just want to go in and use this really lightly on our eyes, and then just let it set a little bit, and let it set a little bit, and then just dust it lightly with some sort of a powder. I like to just set it with whatever powder I have on hand, and for today I have Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and dip it in right here, like just a little bit, and then just dust it out over. And we do this because since it's a concealer, it will contain some sort of an oil, which means that it can crease during the day if you don't do this step. So this is just why I do it. And you just want to do it lightly and really quickly. And then I just like to go in and I like to just put some sort of a brow gel on my brows. Really simple, really quick. Do it like this. And I'm using the Benefit brow gel in the shade 3. This is the volumizing one as well, so it's not just a gel, because I struggle with getting volume just behind here, and I'm struggling getting them to stand up because my brows are really heavy. After I've done my brows, I like to go in with a bronzer, and I will be using Lovecraft Beauty for today's look. I'm just gonna dip into this, and I'm dipping into the Suniva shade, which is the middle one. It's the medium tone. I haven't tried this before, so I don't know how it's gonna react to my skin, which is gonna be quite interesting because it's always fun trying things on camera for the first time. And I'm just taking this on my Bobbi Brown bronzer brush. Man, I really slaughtered my forehead right now, but that's okay. So I like to really bronze up my face because I'm usually very pale, so I don't mind getting this everywhere. And always remember to drag it down on your neck. After I bronzed off my face, what I like to do is I like to go in with the same bronzer like I mentioned and just do my eyes to get some sort of a dimension in it. This is gonna take you 1 minute to do. So you just wanna grab the darkest color in the palette, if you have a palette, or just your bronzer, and you wanna take a smaller brush, and I'm using the Morphe E18, and you just wanna grab this. You wanna just drag it along your lash line and outwards towards the third part of your eye, like a liner. So don't worry about it looking like shit in the beginning, and you want to do that on both eyes. And while we have the smaller brush, we might as well just go underneath our eye at our bottom line and just dust whatever residue of the color we have on our brush underneath. After this, you just want to grab any fluffy brush you have, go into a lighter color, or just dust it in the bronzer. I'm going to be using the lighter color, which is the Cymbeline, and I'm just going to go in, and I'm just going to fade this in to our eyelid. So you just want to brush it gently on our eyelid, and then go into your crease. When you have almost no color left on your brush, you just want to dust the rest up towards your brow and outwards to the outer part of your face. And there we go. And what this is gonna do is just gonna give you, like, you're gonna look a little bit more alive. And sometimes if I think like this is not enough, I'll just dust some more on my lash line and up towards the outer part of our face, like really lightly, just to get even more color. And I like, when I blend it out, I like to drag it out to the outer part of our face. So after I've done this, I will go in slightly with my concealer. The smallest amount, I will add it if I need it. Like, I will add it here, right here. And then I like to hide this part right here. And I'm using the same concealer that I used for everything else today. And for this, I will just use a smaller brush to get it in where I want it and not get it anywhere else. You can really do this step before you put on your bronzer. I just like to do it like this. Lucky me, I had a good night's sleep, so I don't really need to put on more concealer than I have today, but you can already see that this just creates even more shape to my face. And after that, we just want to go in with our blush, and I'm using Cameo Pink from H&M, and I'm just going in there. And seriously, when you apply this, you want to apply it to the apple of your cheek and dust it upwards. Let's face it, when you blush, do you really just blush on your cheek? No, you do not. You blush like upwards, and normally you blush all over your face, but seriously. And I always make sure to add some to my nose and to my forehead and chin, because I just like the color of it. I think it's pretty. After that, I just go in with a highlighter, and today I'm using my Ambient Unlock palette from Hourglass, and I will just take a smaller brush. And some people like like it to be like a streak. I like it when it blends in with the rest of your colors. And then I dust it on my nose, on my chin, a little bit on my forehead, and sometimes if I have the time, I will take a brush and I will just dust it lightly underneath our eyebrows, like so, and a little bit in this inner corner of my eye. After this, I will normally just apply some sort of mascara, and I just like to use a mascara instead of adding like a liner or a waterline, because I just feel like normally that would take a little bit more time for me, and I just want this to be like nude, glowy, woken up, really bright makeup without it being too full really. And for this look, I am using Hourglass. I don't really have it on top of my head. Called Extreme Lash Mascara, that's what it's called. I truly love Hourglass products. They're really on the more expensive side, but if you get there, like if you manage to get your hands on one of these palettes, they release them like I think once every 6 months. I think I bought it this year, but I bought it like in really early spring, and I haven't even hit pan on a single one. And it's got like a setting powder, it got a bronzer, it got a blush, it got a highlight, so it got pretty much everything you need, and I just love it. And then as a final step for my face, I like to go in with some sort of setting spray, and I'm using MAC Fix Plus. And the reason I like to use this for every day is because I feel like every single powder product you just add it to your face, it just melts it into your skin. And I recently got this fan and I love it because it's just like, it's such a nice breeze. I'm really hot. I'm really hot. And for our last step in this routine, I'm going in with lips. And I'm just using the CLARINS lip. I got a little bit too much on there because I pressed it out. These are my favorite lip glosses ever because they're super moisturizing. They taste super sweet and they just give you the most luscious lips on this planet. Okay, beautiful. That was pretty much it. This is the finished look. If you want to look a little bit more glammed up and you just want to look a little bit more awake, a little bit more lifted, like every morning, this is the perfect look for me. It's bronzy, it's glowy, it's dewy. It's just making me look more awake and alive than I actually am. And I really enjoyed hanging out with you, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye.